I kind of want to forge a bloodline for the Kuthlans, which I think I need like 5,000 prestige for. So what I'm thinking is I will host a grand tournament for all the run. It does beg the question of who I'm going to marry Aiden off to, actually. Because something I've noticed is, oh good lord, the fucking Navarra's done it as well. I don't know how or why, but Orlais has become a tributary of the Divine. And Navarre has also become a tributary of the Divine. So, I'm like, okay. Oh, I did the lands like this, basically. So now, that's a duchy. The Hinterlands is a duchy. The Banon itself is a duchy, like a one giant one. The coastlands is, and everything else. It's easy to say. It's like, I made Fergus the Duke of the Terran, basically, of Highever. And then Kieran is the Terran of the Banon. Gable is still the Earl of Amaranthine, or Viscount of Amaranthine, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But, his wife died, he hasn't remarried. My half-brother is married. He is the lord of this tiny little land here. Bywater. Who did Bywater belong to, actually? Bunch of people. My sister appears to have joined the Chantry after frickin' Tegan died. And they didn't have any kids. Another interesting thing is I gave the... Where is it? Yeah, there it is. I gave Southreach, which was originally the land of Mathis Bryland. The only member of the Bryland family left was the bastard son of Mathis. So I married him to a Stillbark. Or he was already married to a Stillbark. And then he took the name Barkland. So I took a bit from his father's name. So he took a bit from his father's name and he took a bit from his wife's name. And now the Barklands control Southreach. At any rate, I will soon have 1,000 prestige, and then I'm hoping I can, like, forge a bloodline. Yes, there we go. So I either have to win 15 foreign wars, or I have to rule in peace for 30 years. I can do the 30 years, in theory. I've already won, like, fucking 16 kind of thing. I suppose I could just keep attacking the elves, that counts as wars. But the thing is, if I keep attacking people, I drag literally everybody else into the fucking war. After my most recent victory, I have reunited my trust commanders to discuss future military campaigns. Although my skill and dedication, I have earned the loyalty of the eyes and immortalized my name as one of the greatest conquerors of all time. The one who emerged triumphant in countless battles. King Marek will be known as the White Knight. Increase the chance of looting artifacts. But the Bloodhound doesn't really work for it. I think the White Knight fits best because the King Marek, like the first Marek, was known as the Silver Knight. So, kind of like grabbing from the Ferran bloodline and saying, "Hey, look at us. We're basically the descendants of, we are grasping to the whole Ferran blood. That's why we're the royalty. We're the rightful kings, So I think the White Knight's the most fitting, given the fact that the first Marek was known as the Silver Knight. So we're going to go with that. Whereas risen to the shining example of knightly virtue, will not soon be forgotten. Paragon of gallantry and valour on the battlefield, as well as at court, he is a living proof that ruthlessness and deceit are no requirement to excel on the field of battle. A pure heart filled with glory, our lord, and an unwavering discipline, which is odd for the Avenger dude, The King of Ferelden has triumphed over his enemies time and time again, inspiring many young men to follow in his footsteps and sing of his legendary feats, to protect the innocent and defend the defenseless. That's actually quite fitting. Marek Kuchland chest. With the winged fucking helmet is actually the original silver sigil of House Kuchland, so that's cool. That's a coincidence, but it's cool. And you get Marek Kusland. Valiant blood of King Marek II. Held as a paragon of knighthood, Marek was celebrated in countless songs as a principle of valor and gallantry, triumphing over the wicked. Which makes, yeah, it fits. From, like, throwing down the Bryland dynasty and everything and reclaiming it for the rightful blood of the Ferens, despite the fact that we sort of threw the Ferens off the throne. We don't talk about that. That's neat, though. Valiant blood of King Marek II. I like the whole bloodline system, it's pretty cool. The King of Orzammar has a defensive pact. I completely forgot about the dwarves, to be honest. How are the dwarves doing? Nothing, that's what they're doing. Absolutely nothing. They're breeding like rabbits, but otherwise, fuck all, pretty much. Like, we're the White Knight, but at the same time, there is no way in hell that I am bending the knee to the fucking Chantry. I do like that I've got that now. I just need a decent sword. That's what I need. Also, I've got some dude's finger bone. Alright, at any rate, we'll skip forward to anything interesting happens. I'm like, agreeing to go to those wars, but I'm not gonna go help them. Because I have no need to. Basically, I don't know, I might actually have a war against the Raveni, just grab this shit back. Maybe grab some other territories as well. But for now, at least, I'm gonna go get something to eat. Cause we are taking a look at Orlais and seeing how unstable it is. Let me think. The Emperor, my father-in-law, died of, like, everything. He's got his eye blinded, horribly scarred, fucking infection, severely injured. He had no eyes by the end of it. And his eldest died of severe injuries again, lost his leg. Then his second eldest was killed by an elf when they tried to take some of the Dale stuff. His other daughter's married to my brother Fergus. That prince is just sort of doing nothing. Some reason that skipped him over. I think our legions like vote people in or something. But my wife has a weak claim on the Emperor of Orlais, and we can do this to push her claim. Which we're going to do, because fuck it. Technically speaking, they're like tributaries under the vine, so I'm wondering whether or not fucking Navarre's going to come and fight for Orlais, which will be weird, but this entire thing has been weird. I want Orlais. It's mine. I want it. I claim it by rights. Rights of greed. No. The Kuzland line and King Marek, the White Knight, is ordained by the Maker, I tell you, to basically claim everything, because I fucking say so. Look, he actually wears the hat. He actually wears the helmet. Like, the helmet that he has. Marek Kuzland's helmet into battle. That's sweet. Alright. I can't actually call these guys directly, but I can, like, call to arms for all my vassals. Who would never question the authority of Almighty. No, I'm not my father. Alright. We're just gathering everyone at Denerim, basically. And all my banners are gathering as well. My idiot brother is currently attacking the Ravenis to try and take that. I'm like, K. Could you please click on what I want you to click on? Oh, for fuck's sake. This game really doesn't like lag sometimes, I swear to God. I want to make sure they fucking... If the Ravenis hurt my brother or any of the kids, like if he gets himself killed in battle, that's fine. But if you actually hurt the kids, then we've got a problem. Yeah, we've got the Terran of Gwaine and the Terran of the Westerlands. And we're just going to grab these guys and go into Orlais. No, we're not hitting on the Dancing Plague. Okay. Interesting. Just keep the plague away from me and we're fine. My banners are off fighting the wars. It's going too fast. Ah! Panic! My banners are already in Orlais, fucking up everything. Passing through Jada. They might get their asses kicked there if they... No, they might actually win. I think they're going to win. Yeah, they are. Cool. Okay. I was worried that they were about to get their asses kicked there for a sec. Did Navarre actually come into the war? I don't think they have. Who did I lose in the... I lost somebody in battle, apparently. Going? I think. Yeah. Oh no, he's shut his gates because of the fucking plague, I think. Now, if everyone would just, like, group up on me rather than running around the place like headless chickens, that'd be great. Alright, we're gonna get attacked here, but I'm confident we've got really good commanders against their kind of shit commanders. So I'm hoping that's enough. Yeah, it's more than enough. That, and I've got heavy infantry lead, inspire and everything, and all my generals are badass, so yeah, fuck them up. I kind of want to lay siege to Val Royale. I could end the war right now, but I want to lay siege to Val Royale and sort of try to take as many of their family members as possible and kill them. Because I am Valiant and the White Knight. It's okay if we're killing the enemies, they don't count. Yeah, there's the Navarre armies from the Duke that I married one of my daughters to. Speaking of marriage, got to marry my son to one of the Orlesian girls. Further cementing my claim to the Orlesian throne. Why do people keep shutting their stuff, I think? I will just put Aiden in charge of that so that I have slow fever. That's not great. I caught it from the fucking Orlesians, laying siege to Val Royale. Alright, we'll end the war. I don't know if the king's gonna drop dead from from fucking slow fever having come all this way. Make an alliance with her. And then we take our troops back to Jada. And back to Ferelden. Lorraine the Usurper. Someone's trying to kill my daughter. Bitches. Alright, anyway, we'll skip ahead. If anything interesting happens. I'm probably going to try to take Randall's Reach from the Raveni, which we'll see what happens. Otherwise, we'll skip ahead to whenever the hell we inherit Orlais, if we do at all. Well, we no longer suffer from slow fever, which is nice. So that gets rid of that. King Marek won't be dead quite yet. You send your daughter off to get married, and then you hear word that the dude has burnt her alive. I mean, asshole. Seriously. Oh, I love Starkhaven. Immediately after he burns my daughter. Yeah, immediately after he burns my daughter, Starkhaven asked me to join a war against them. I'm like, yes. I won't send men to help you because it's like miles away, but yes. It depends how well Starkhaven handles himself. They should be fine. The thing is, if they're gonna win, then they'll basically have it won by the time I even get there, I think. Actually, I know what I'm gonna do. Just as a show of support. Cost me a bit of money, but this is my daughter we're talking about. Yeah, we show up with our fucking 3,000 or so men to help out the Starkhaven troops. Even if they are just sellswords, so we don't have to involve the actual army. King Marek shows up to avenge his daughter. Yeah, fuck it. Alistair Cousland. Prince Aidan, Prince Alistair. I pissed off some chick from there, but I don't know what the fuck that is. It's an Orlais. Who cares about the Orlaisians? She's a hunchback. Whatever. I'll protect you. It's fine. I have cramps, and a fever, and a battle, but I couldn't see because all hell's breaking loose. Alright, well, we'll deal with this little rebellion crap off camera. Fucking pathetic little things that pop up. They're so weak and shit that it's just like no point in me even dealing with them. Alistair apparently has a lot of bad luck around it because Alistair Cousland just died a sickly infant, which is great. My son is apparently going through a phase where he's a monk. Don't ask. Apparently that's a thing. If I could eventually convert some of the elves to be like, follow the Maker, then I could actually marry them into the family and stuff. I'm just gonna go up here and fight the Ravenis. Yeah, because my allies are already dealing with the elves. I'm just gonna like quickly call in the Isle of Redcliffe. I quite like that, to be honest. I can like call in individual Bannons and Terrans and stuff to come help. So I don't have to call in everybody, but like the nearby ones. That's not a good idea. Let's hire the doctor who has a reputation for cutting off people's legs. Just sounds lazy. Like, he's like, I'm not going to do my actual job. I'm just going to cut your leg off. You got the flu? Cut your leg off. A slight cold? Cut your leg off. This could go either way. No, never mind. Could go either way. Nope. Because it's kind of like a... I know all that is the fucking Black Plague originally, like, wiped out everybody. It basically killed the majority of the things, so all the AI started giving lands to, like, random fucking people that you've never heard of. Fuck. Professionals would edit this kind of thing out, but nope. Fuck that shit, I'm lazy. Eep. Okay. The alliance between my mother is... apparently. He died of the great pox. Always patient, he never lost his temper, a godly man. He's a blessed industry now. A talented military tactician, we expect him to lead us to many victories on the field of battle. Long live King Aiden. Alright, let's like see what's going on, shall we? First of all, family focus. My son's looking pretty fucking decent, actually. My wife is kind of put on some weight, but that's not the end of the world. There are worse things to worry about. Like the fact that my Banon doesn't really like me very much. You can have that, which will make you happy. If you desire the country of Denerim, you're not fucking getting it, that's mine. Why is the coastlands like me? Hate me, I mean? Ambitious. He just doesn't like me very much. So this is the downside to having powerful vassals, because I can't either make them happy or they're going to kill me. The Duke of the Westerlands can become my dude. Godwin can be my court chaplain, apparently. That's fine, whatever. Court mage? I have never had a mage. Ever. Garwin, my military advisor. That's my brother who likes me. Coastlands can be that. Gotta hand out some military positions to basically whoever the fuck happens to be the best military commanders. Royal Builder? Let's give it to you. Cupbearer? You's fine. I don't usually do cupbearers, but we need to make everyone like me a bit. Possible rank up in society. What society are you even in, dude? The society of whatever the fuck this is. No. Alright, King Aiden. He's actually the heir to Olay as well. So when my mother kicks the bucket, he'll actually be like really fucking powerful. Assuming my mother doesn't like lose. Ooh, she's probably gonna die soon. Actually, we'll keep like beating the shit out of these walls because it gives me a lot of prestige. There's no apparent downside to making them all ask them to like join, so I'm sort of like, fuck it, I may as well ask them all to join me. I like the fact that the Knights, it's basically the commander of the Knights Templar is always the one coming to like help me. Some bitch is going off to do stuff, that's fine. That's why you got all these like House Smith people. Is because because all the fucking, how many people died during the Black Death, the game like replaces it with random courtiers and shit. Kill the elves. Don't worry, Aiden, they're not real people. Racism! It's okay, they're elves. So many satanic people. Kuzlans would never choose such a thing. That would never happen. What are you looking at? Shh. Oh look, the elves have come to me. That's how nice they are. That's nice. Save me a bit of time though. I like how the kids or the family are never like sad when I burn their relatives. It's just like, that's fine. I do like the fact that because we founded a bloodline with Marek, that we now get that helmet, and he gets to use his father's helmet in war. Burn the apostate. Yeah. Arthur's come of age. He still doesn't have a wife. But I've kind of been holding off on the whole wife thing until I inherit Orlais, so that I can figure out what the fuck the vassal situation is with that. Because I imagine it's going to be messy. Like, I'm going to have to marry off a lot of my relatives to keep all the Orlesians happy. I'm just waiting for my mother to drop dead. At any rate, we'll go up to Ravane. Take about 12 fucking years to do, but... I think this will actually be the first Ferelden king to step foot out of... Like, not at Ferelden. They've been in Orlais, obviously, but... I mean, obviously they've been in Orlais. But other than that, they haven't been, like, anywhere north. This one's been... Fucking Aegon goes straight to Ravane. I kind of want to amass some wealth. It'll go up a lot quicker once I'm not... Once I don't have men, I make a lot of money very quickly. I'm currently just chasing fucking Ravani douchebags across Ferelden. And meanwhile, like, most of my vassals hate my guts, because it's primarily due to the fact that I haven't been crowned for ages. 100%, thank you. Alright, disband everything. Because I can't afford to keep this up, for fuck's sake. Someone's trying to kill me. Alright, let's reassert the situation. Why can't I get crowned? I need to be at peace. A pope exists. What are you on about? I have that law. As you telling me people are just going to consistently hate me for all of time for no fucking reason. I was able to do this before, but it's no longer a thing, apparently. Uncrowned. I'm like, okay. It's now minus 18. Why is this a thing? Why is this a thing? This is going to make, like, doing anything really irritating. Because the longer someone rules, the more and more my fucking... Yeah, they're just going to, like, hate my guts. My mother died of consumption. Okay. I am now the king of literally fucking, like, half of Thedas. Okay, I'm just going to, like, obsess the situation because my kingdom is now vast and probably going to bite me in the ass. Especially with the fact that I can't crown myself. It's going to be even worse. Great. So the situation goes from bad to worse because now these lords who probably hate my guts now probably hate my guts even more than before. Yeah, uncrowned, minus 20. That's a minus 20 that I really don't need. God. Alright, so we give my kingsman, the Duchess of Valrail, control of Valrail, and that makes her happy. You know, until the uncrowned thing gets worse and worse, and then she begins to, like, despise my guts. That too. Look at the amount of Kuzlans that are in Orlais now. Like, the Orlesian Kuzlans is interesting. I am threatening as fuck, apparently. Apparently we're fighting the Varians, but I don't fucking know. I'm more focused on the fact that everyone hates my guts right now. Alright guys, I found a princess for my prince. Whoever the fuck this bitch is. Basically the daughter of an Orlesian duke over in here. My daughter's married to the Duke of the Banon. My other son is betrothed to the Kuzlans in Orlais. Because they're quite fucking powerful. Actually, they control, like, all of that. They're basically the power in Orlais. If I could make myself, like, Emperor of Ferelden, and then name her, like, the Queen of Orlais, then I would. As far as hating me goes, like I said, I gave land to these guys. I named these guys a duke. so that makes them like me. And I gave this guy a Baron as well, which makes them like me. It's still kind of precarious because it's now -20. I don't know if it goes past... If it stays at 20 and it like can't go any further than 20, then it's not the end of the world. It's still a pain in the ass, but I can deal with that. I just have to hope it doesn't like go past like 20. Because I cannot for some reason crown myself. It's very weird. It says something about laws, but I can't change. There's no like. There's no law about it. Fucking Aiden's got a nasty scar over his nose, which is interesting. Yeah, we'll basically skip ahead. Anything interesting happens, we'll show you. I'm probably gonna fight some elves off camera and just grab some land, but other than that, it's just about making people happy right now, making them not rebel, because, yeah, I control a lot of land now. A lot of land. I'd just like to point out that the Divine is 163. What blood magic is she using? She's not an elf. How is she that old? Marry her? She's got the Theran blood with the blonde hair. Yeah, fuck it, loved it. Not that we exactly need more kids, but can't hurt, right? I need to do Spy Master though. Yeah. It's even named the Spider. It's perfect. I don't know, guys. I kind of want to like fight the elves and like beat the back, but I'm not overly bothered. It's gonna take me forever to do. That and like everyone is against me. That is just the clans, actually. That's just the elves. Yeah, especially with them all being against me, they'll all... I won't be able to attack individual countries. It'll take it forever. And I don't know. I think we're getting to the bit where we wrap up the series, because I don't want to take all of Thedas. The mod isn't finished. There won't be an actual title for all of Thedas. I don't want to drag it out too long, sort of thing. I think the next time we play, whenever the hell they actually release a better version of the mod, is we'll play some other faction. Maybe Tevinter. I kind of like Tevinter. But for now, at least, we'll skip ahead, see if anything interesting happens. I don't want to drag this series out for too long. It was supposed to just be a fun little screw-around thing. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe and click on that stupid little notification bell thing that doesn't really need to be there, but YouTube insists upon, in order to keep up to date with my videos, as if subscribing didn't already mean that you wanted that. What? I'm not salty. I love you, Google. Please don't demonetize me. For the love of God, send me money. YouTube are going to demonetize me and I haven't eaten in a week.